Let's now talk about what's happening in Kenya. A Christian cult is at the center of this story that is dominating headlines and has sent shock waves around the world. The government there is scrambling to impose regulations as the police discover at least 89 bodies from mass graves. Reports say the death toll could still rise as the Kenyan Red Cross says that over 112 people are still missing. What is the story here? What is the aim of this Christian cult? Well, the followers of Good News International Church have been living in secluded areas within Kenya's Shakahola forest. These followers believe that if they starve themselves to death, they will reach heaven before the end of the world. And this has led to the discovery of over 14 mass graves. Experts estimate that there could be up to 60 mass graves and that only a quarter of them have been found as of now. The police also found at least 29 survivors. But what's surprising here is that not all of them wanted to be saved. And what's the mystery there? Why do they not want to be rescued? Well, the survivors don't believe that they are victims. You see, they believe that starving and burying themselves alive is the only way to enter heaven. The rescuers say that when they tried to provide aid to these survivors, they refused and even called them enemies who are not letting them go to heaven. And who is leading this Christian cult? Paul Mackenzie, who is the head of the Good News International Church. He was arrested on the 14th of April after the police got a tip-off about the existence of these graves. And the police now has 14 days to carry out further investigations while Mackenzie is kept in detention. Reports say Mackenzie is refusing food and water. Looks like the leader is following his teachings. So how has the government responded to this incident? The president, William Ruto, has called the cult leader someone who does not belong to any religion. Officials have also called the mass burials a massacre. People are shocked as a result of this terrifying event. Speaker of the Senate, Amason Kingi, has asked, how can such an evil of such a magnitude take place without anybody finding out about it? Another question that continues to dominate discussions is, why would someone starve themselves to death willingly? Well, this story goes way back, beyond the forest filled with the mass graves. You see, Kenya is a profoundly religious country. 85% of the population identifies as Christian. Experts say that there is a growth of a lot of small churches, which might pose a major problem for the country, especially if they are not properly regulated according to them. If Kenya sees a larger growth spurt of these churches, more leaders like Paul Mackenzie could be able to brainwash the people by acting as if they are solving the followers' problems. And Kenya, by the way, is not the only one with a dangerous cult. Let's just look back and talk about America's Goanna cult. This is one of the most horrific mass murder suicides in modern history. In the year 1978, 914 adults and children lost their lives because of a preacher who convinced them to carry out a revolutionary suicide, which resulted in those deaths. The parents were told to feed their children poison. Can you believe that? There's another cult-related massacre. This one's in Uganda. In the year 2000, 700 people burned themselves to death for what was called the Movement for the Restoration of the 10 Commandments of God. Followers were locked in a church while it was set on fire. And coming back to the US, Texas witnessed 76 people burning themselves to death as well. In 1993, followers of the Branch Davidian cult died in a wooden fortress while it was caught in a blaze. The cult was also accused of stockpiling weapons. The death toll in Kenya is reaching somewhere similar to the Texas cult incident. And we will be keeping a close eye on the latest developments. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the updates on the move.